couldn't be here, but John, can you tell us, are we going to find out where Captain Jack went at the end of Children of Earth?
You don't really, no. And one of the things that is wonderful about Russell and the way his mind works, and as Jane knows with science fiction and herself, you don't always have to give the answers to what has happened right away. You can wait. And I think, we may never find out that period between, Children of Earth and now, and when they, come back. And it's really not the be-all and end-all if we don't, but maybe that can be looked in at some time in another series. If it comes about, we can look back. And that's where we, in Torchwood, I always use the analogy that that's how we time travel in Torchwood. We do it through memory, we do it through past histories. And we could possibly do that, but I don't think there's any intention to do that at the moment. So make up what you want. I just think that Jack had a great time with Alonzo.
There is a very vocal number of Torchwood fans who miss Yonti. And soon, Jack will be very Randy, and he will move on from Yonto, or at least that's how it seems.
Soon he will be? He's always
like that, yes. And we're going to see it. We're really going to see it. And how is that possible? How could Jack move on from Yonto? Asking for you guys.
No, I know. And listen, we as a show love the fact that you are all passionate about the characters, and that's what makes us thrive when we go to work and make things more interesting. The one thing that we are is a drama, and in a drama you have to do things that unfortunately will upset and cause change. And it was, I have to say this on behalf, because even I get a lot of letters and mail. It wasn't our decision. It wasn't our fault. But in order to move the drama on, we had to do, something drastic. We had to change. We had to cause a little bit of a commotion. He is still remembered and mentioned, and those of you who were in the preview last night, for Ep 3, there was a mention. We always mention things in our past and history, but it was, as Russell said, it was the right move that we made in order to, shake things up a bit. And the fact that you got so upset and passionate about it was exactly the reaction that we hoped and wanted, because it means that you're committed to the characters and to the show. And, that's just how it happened and what's going to happen. But Jack's going to have another involvement. Yes. I can tell you, it's an absolutely fantastic story. It's episode 7.
Yes, but people are making an assumption that episode 7 is Jack moving on post-Yonto.
No. You have to figure that one out.
It doesn't have to be that.
But it's, and you learn a lot about Jack and Gwen in that episode, and you also have the relationship. And one thing I'm exceptionally proud of, I know Eve is, I know Russell is, I know Jane, everybody who's involved. Russell had said to Eve and I that episode was a gift for, what we've done in the history of Torchwood with, the show in itself. And it was an exceptional episode to do. It was a lot of fun. We got to really dig deep into Gwen and Jack, and also we learned a lot about them. So it was, honestly, you're going to love that episode. You're going to love the whole thing, but that's a major one. Quite heavy and shocking.
Viewers will soon be able to hear Gwen's American accent. Spoiler, and I thought maybe Eve wanted to give us a sample of it. Right?
Please don't go embarrassing me like that. I mean, just off the cuff, right?
That sequence, you turned to me after we did that all the dialogue, and we walked away. She turned to me and she goes, "That was rubbish. That was awful. Don't ever let me do that again." But she sounds really good. She really does. She sounds a bit Jersey Shore, but it's all right.
That's just fine by me.
Mackay, do your Welsh accent.
Yes. No, don't do that.
I don't have one, no. My Welsh sucks, okay? I can admit that.
Mackay was given a bacon sandwich when we were in Wales, and he was like, I know it's meat, but what is that?
It's weird. And it was really cold, too. The bacon and the weather.
We finished filming a sequence which you've already seen, which was on the beach in episode 1. And Mackay, you know, it's cold in Wales on Rosilly Beach. And Mackay, when we all arrived, was fine, everything, you know, he was in his big puffy coat and he's looking good. And Eve and I have got long underwear on, everything, because we're all prepared. And we do the whole sequence. No, I'm just saying that to make him feel better because he had 3 pairs on. But at the end of the sequence, he's giving it all, yeah, you know, World War II, Torchwood, and then they go cut, and he was like that. Where's the heater?
Hey, I'm black. I'm a tropical person. Okay? That's just what it is. That cold is for the birds. I like it nice and warm, toasted. Black man. Tropical.
We had a terrible time together. Clearly. Mackay and John, your characters are going to be doing some love making this season. What can you tell all of us about not together?
I didn't read that in the script. Yes, I do have a love interest.
Yes. What can you tell us all about the joys of filming sex scenes?
Denise, I'm really upset that you have to ask that. Let me show you.
All right, well, that's funny. Well, you know, it seems very intimate when you're watching it on television, and usually when you're on the set, they try to make it as intimate, and they try to have a closed set. Usually, especially with Torchwood, we're pretty racy, so you will see some butt cheeks and things like that. So they try to make it as intimate and easy. Yeah. Make it as fun as possible, you know. We have a good time, and you know, try to be respectful.
All I can say, there was a morning when I got up, and you know, Scott, my partner, and I was all bubbly, and I got up in the morning, and this will give you an idea of how we approach things. He said, "Well, what are you so excited about?" I said, "Oh, we get to go drive a Range Rover down the beach, and we get to shoot helicopters, and we get to have action-packed fun today." He's like, "Well, have a great day." Then a couple of days later, we're back in Los Angeles, and he says, "What are you so bubbly about going to work?" I'm like, "I get to go have sex with a 22-year-old." Welcome to my world. It's the best job in the world, isn't it?
It really is. It really is.
Thank you, Jane.
You're the best, Jane. The best.
Phil, I know I'm not really supposed to like Oswald, but he's a complicated guy. Has done something very hideous, but maybe is in the middle of a transformation. Maybe.
Well, it's hard when really sometimes you really want to be doing Dreamgirls or something. No, I was reading, they gave me 3 scripts. I was halfway through the 2nd script and I said, I don't need to read anymore. It's really good writing and this character is off to a really, I can't imagine where it's going to go. So the chance to do a part that I never knew the ending to was kind of a thrill and a challenge to be present every day and alive with what potential my character has. And I think I realized that I should approach every part like that, like I don't know the ending, you know. And I think it was a really lucky thing to get a part as complicated as this part is.
Jane, you've worked with Joss Whedon and Ron and now Russell Davies. Who is the biggest slave driver?
Yeah, Joss. Russell is wonderful to work for. Every day you're greeted with just a hug and a hooray, and everything's marvelous and everything's good, and everything is greeted with huge amounts of praise, and then you get the exact same amount of notes you would from anyone else. And but you don't mind going back into that script because you've got so many hoorays that it's all cool. Working for Joss was harder just because I was younger and I was more scared. Joss and Ron and Russell are so different, so equally talented and visionary, and I think that fact that things have gotten easier for me is just that my confidence has gone up. I think that's it.
Alexa, Esther comes across Torchwood sort of in the same way Gwen does when the whole show first starts. What is ahead for Esther? What has she got going? Is she going to see any action?
I don't think she can reach Gwen's badass level, but it's an honor that she has that slight parallel. As far as just most of you obviously know the show, but there's many stateside that it's new to them, so kind of being the stateside tour guide and asking the questions that Gwen was asking for you guys as your first season journey. I think she has the most growth of anyone. I think the characters know who they are and they're secure and confident, and then here comes Esther, and she's naive and she's innocent and fresh-faced, but she's very intrigued by the entire team, and quickly she falls for the whole team and finds her place, and you see a big growth. You see this whole progress of her, both a mental, emotional progress, and then there's the physical journey that she takes as a team member. It's interesting to see her grow and be a part of Torchwood.
John, yesterday Matt Smith said they were going to do a 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, and he said you would be more than welcome to go back. Is that something you're interested in?
Having heard that, I don't think my answer really matters, but I would, Torchwood and Captain Jack were born from the mother ship, which I always call, and I reference that as being Doctor Who. I think it would be an interesting thing. I would love to do it. I mean, that's me personally as the actor, as John, who plays Captain Jack. I think it would be great. And I think it would be disappointing for the 50th anniversary to not have such a character like Jack make some kind of appearance in that anniversary show. Who knows if it will happen? I know Stephen, I've spoken to him about the possibility of coming back. Russell thinks it, can be a nice idea. And if Matt, was welcome to it because he is the Doctor now, I think it would be great. I think there would be a different kind of dynamic there with Jack and the Doctor. But yeah, so I'm totally up for it. I love playing Jack, and whether it would be with Torchwood or making an appearance on Doctor Who, it's the best coat I could ever put on every morning. So I'm